5.3 begins with definitions according to a right triangle. That is, function definitions or according to a right triangle. This side is the opposite. This indicates that it's a 90-degree triangle or a right triangle. This is the adjacent side because of the theta. This is the hypotenuse. Sine of theta is opposite divided by hypotenuse. Opposite divided by hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite divided by adjacent. SOHCAHTOA. Secant, which is the inverse of cosine, is hypotenuse divided by adjacent. Cotangent, which is the opposite of tangent, is adjacent divided by opposite. And cosecant is hypotenuse divided by opposite, which is the opposite, which is the reciprocal of sine. Also, 5.3 has a objective to define a function in terms of its cofunction. Cosine of 50/2, cosine is the original function. Cosine of pi over 2 minus theta or degree is equal to sine of degree. Cosine of 52 degrees is equal to sine of 90 degrees, the pi over 2, minus 52 degrees, which came from here. Cosine of 52 degrees is equal to sine of 38 degrees. Also, the objective for 5.3 includes trig functions of special angles. Here we have a 45, 45, 90, where these two angles are equal. The hypotenuse, the y, which is the opposite or adjacent depending on which angle you're defining, and the x, which is opposite or adjacent depending on the angle. And also a 30, 60, 90 triangle, which has the hypotenuse, the adjacent of a 60 degree, if that's what you're solving for, and the opposite of a 60 degree, if that's what you're solving for. There's a pattern for sine and cosine of the first quadrant. So when you see these degrees, 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees on a unit circle, it is the first quadrant from 0 to 90, and it forms a 90-degree angle. The cosine is the value of x, and the sine is the value of y, and is listed as coordinates when you plot in the first quadrant. The rule or pattern for each of these points, x and y, is that these are the simplifications equal to the degrees, and these again are simplifications equal to the degrees. But the pattern, all denominators have a 2 for the cosine, and all the sine or y has a denominator of 2. They also all have a square root in the numerator for the x or cosine, and a square root in the numerator for the y or sine. The pattern for the numerator decreases from 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And for the sine, increases from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. A pattern.